What foods can a teenager cook for his parents to help their depression? Warm and healthy. Lots of vegetables. Doing more chores around the house could also be a generous way of showing support. I do as much as I can at home to help my mom's stress. Someone else can chime in on whether this pasta dish can help with depression. But here's my adulting recipe for 3-bowl pasta 3-bowl because you will go back 4 seconds. And third's adulting because I made it up right after college. Multiply 1 box of pasta, go with a thicker pasta like ziti or rigatoni. Cook it to the box's instructions, but save some of the water. Also, salt the duck out of your water. People say it should be like seawater, but those people have no idea how much salt is in seawater. It's around 1 cup of salt per gallon of water for seawater. Don't go that hard, but way more than a pinch. Onion soup mix. Green pepper and red pepper. Garlic. Olive oil. Parmesan cheese. Here's the instructions. Start the pasta water. Chop up the peppers. Cut them into long strips. Heat a pan to a bit past medium. When hot, pour in a tablespoon or so of olive oil. Then the peppers. Stir them around occasionally to cook them. At some point your pasta water is boiling, and you have added a lot of salt, and you can cook the pasta to the box instructions. Keep at the peppers. When they are less firm, throw in a clove of garlic minced. I buy the pre-minced kind because I'm lazy. Whenever you're happy with the peppers, turn them off and remove from heat. When the pasta is done, get at least 2 cups of the water out and then strain. In a big bowl, pour in about 1/4 cup of your pasta water and stir in the onion soup mix 1 packet. Then pour in the pasta and the peppers. This is going to be a thick sauce, probably too thick, so add more of the pasta water until you think it's right. When it's to your liking, plate it up and allow your guests to add as much cheese as they like. It all takes about 20 minutes to make and is really simple. You can add butter or whatever if you want it creamy. Throw in some green onions if you feel like. You can also use onion mushroom soup mix. That's a bit different, but you do you. Edit. I love mushrooms to the point where I have been told I shouldn't recommend them, hence the last line not really recommending them. But I would add a shitton of mushrooms to this about halfway through the pepper cook. Sliced thin. If you want the mushrooms to be more earthy, slice them thicker or bake them really thick. But that's making the dish more involved, and I don't think OP wanted that. Think of the favorite meal your mother made for you and make them that. Tell her why it's so special. I'm really sorry you're going through this. My own mum suffers from bouts of depression too, and it's very hard. I talk to her about special memories from my childhood, and it seems to help. Edit. Woke up this morning to a bunch of replies and more gold than I know what to do with. Thank you so much everyone, but please call your mom instead and tell her how awesome she is. Yes, this. When my dad was immobile due to a surgery on his foot, I made 5 recipes my parents used to make us when I was a kid. The kicker was, now that they're older they have to eat special diets. Specifically, low salt. I looked up low salt recipes for the dishes I picked out and used them, or modified the existing recipes to make it work. Then I had a marathon Saturday where I cooked it all and placed it in plastic reusable containers and froze them. My parents were overjoyed. Not only that I made them freezer meals during a difficult time, but also that I picked recipes sentimental to us and did research to make recipes work for them. Edit. Thank you everyone so much for your kind words. That's so sweet of you. I would love to borrow your idea and do the same for my parents. My dad's manuscript makes it so hard for him to cook, and it breaks my soul apart knowing my mom will soon possibly be the next one to not be able to cook independently. It makes me cry. Literally anything. Depression can be so draining that it's exhausting to do daily activities like cooking dinner. Just simply supporting them in the way you are is bound to help. You sound like a great kid. I hope you're well and that your parents start feeling like themselves soon. Thank you so much for your comment. I just see my mom work so hard and I would like to make sure she has good food to come home to. She always has cooked for me and my family. I think it's only right to cook for my madre. If I could talk to your mom, I'd tell her how great of a job she did by raising you. Something they consider comfort food. It's different for everyone, but start with the classics. Chicken pot pie for instance. This one wins for me. If you can call grandparents, aunts or uncle and find out some childhood recipes, that'd be kickers. Also, I'm a former cook, so PM me if you only get back recipes that feel out of your skill level and I'll be happy to give pointers. I'm sure they would appreciate anything you cook them, as long as you put time and effort into it. Okay, so I'm a parent and I struggle with depression and mental health problems. And honestly, I think even if I just knew my kid had asked this question and was trying to think about how to take care of me, it would mean the world to me. Well, at the moment he's only 13 months old, so I would also be pretty astonished. But you know what I mean. But I would also be a little bit worried, and I would want my kid to know that it's not their job to fix, or even help, my mental illness. And I'd want to make sure that they were okay and not taking on too many responsibilities that they weren't really old enough to cope with. So, since you already have a bunch of good suggestions and recipes in this thread, I'm going to just suggest that you make sure you're looking after yourself as well as your parents, and that you ask for help if you need it. Good luck with everything. Also, pasta. It's easy. It's good comfort food. Most people like it, and you can vary the sauce sides to include protein and veg. Edit. Thank you so much to everyone who's replied with really nice things or messaged me offering to talk, etc. You're all lovely people. I'm actually doing okay mental health wise right now, but I appreciate it a ton. 3. AWW, your comment made me cry. I honestly try to be somewhat responsible since I'm on the upper end of the teenage spectrum. I'm 19. But I still don't know how to do much aside from do homework and go to school. I just want to be less of a bad person because I made some bad choices, and part of helping my parents, I believe, would be by helping myself somewhat first. Thank you for the concern. This post breaks my heart. I wish I had an answer for you, but the truth is we can't fix someone else's depression at any age. Good on you for trying, that's what humans do. But if it doesn't work, don't blame your chicken soup. Depression is a bear. I got this answer from a friend. Spaghetti. They tell me spaghetti tastes 100x better when you're sad. Haven't tested myself, but I trust them. Also, they are probably reading this as well. So I. Old nostalgic homemade recipes would be a good bet. Any way of getting to know their old favorites. Ripe fresh fruits, especially citrus and blueberries. Also young Thai coconuts and bananas. Hit up the Asian market near you. Anything with potassium. Black beans are a great source of it. Bananas really don't have that much. A B12 supplement and a multivitamin. Food won't solve depression, but having the building blocks and the energy to work on yourself will go a long way. Plus the daily morning activity of taking your vitamins can be a tool to put yourself in a self-care mindset. Edit spelling. Do you have a crock pot? Slow cooker recipes are really easy to make, and they can eat as much or little as they want. Some of my favorites are chicken tacos, chicken and biscuits, and chicken tortilla soup. Recipe links. Link. Chicken tacos are very simple. Buy your favorite salsa. Mine is Newman's Own Medium. For this particular recipe, add salsa, taco seasoning packet, or make your own. Chopped cilantro, and 1 pound bonels. Skinless chicken breast. If you want it spicy, add jalapenos and or cayenne pepper. Cook on high for 4 hours. After 4 hours, shred the chicken. You can use 2 forks to do this and mix it all together. Put it in taco shells with some cheese and avocado and it's delicious. Stew and dumplings is a good option. Lasagne. It's an actual science fact that no one can remain sad while eating lasagne. If they ever told you about something their parents made for them, they would definitely appreciate you taking a stab at a family recipe. I'm gonna guess you're not usually the one cooking. Honestly, a nice slow cooker meal will help the house smell great. Also very easy prep if you're unfamiliar with cooking. I'd suggest something like pot roast. Get a cheap roast chuck, is always tasty. Potatoes, carrots, beef broth and throw them in the slow cooker. Super easy. You can always add more different ingredients like mushrooms, onions, rosemary, etc. if you want to get fancier. Make a salad. Lettuce and tomato. Grill up some chicken and chop it up. Avocado for sure. Cucumber and whatever dressing you all like. Salt and pepper to finish it off. Yum. Greens. Healthy fats and some lean meat. The link between gut flora and mental health is real. The happy hormone is most commonly found in chocolate and bananas. So chocolate banana crepes would be amazing. What about breakfast for dinner? It's easy and everyone loves breakfast for dinner. Something with amino acids, zinc, iron, and B vitamins that they like might help. Hidden nutrient deficiencies are often a contributing factor with depression. Edit too long didn't read. Make it all as colorful as possible. Fruit salad for breakfast. With yogurt and granola. I like great nuts. Personally. But whatever they like. Tea and lots of water. Maybe eggs if you're feeling up to it. Lunch sandwiches on wheat multigrain bread. Make sure to have eggs on there. Lettuce and tomato for a traditional sandwich. But you can get creative here depending on your skill level. Lots of water. Dinner. A salad kit with the dressing inside makes a pre-dinner salad easy. I like to make rice-a-roni and throw in some chopped up spinach and roasted red peppers with some Italian sausage. But you can put literally anything in there. Load up on the veggies and pick your favorite protein: chicken, ground beef, sausage. So easy and takes me less than 20 minutes to make. You got this. Keep it easy. For me and my depression, having a ritual same breakfast every morning was so helpful and became important because it felt like I had something I could rely on. I hope this helps you. Both these comments as well as the ability to do this and the ritual of it. Just don't put too much pressure on yourself. Keep it easy. Depression is a hard thing. I have had it in the past and it can be a struggle just to get out of bed in the morning. The fact you want to help and be there is strong. It is not easy to help provide for people in the first place, let alone the change in power dynamic that depression can cause. It isn't what you make that matters. It is that you are willing to help them in any way you can. Just be there to talk if they want to talk, or just hang out with them and bullshit about the weather or about what the dog did today. Your presence matters that most. You being able to go, I want to help you because I care about you. That is what matters. Make them anything and sit down and eat it with them because being there matters more than anything else. It might be weird at first, but as time goes on it will become easier. Showing someone with depression that you consistently care is one of the strongest things you can do to help with the maintenance of depression. Best of luck and you can do this. If this is about you and you need someone to talk to about this, PM me. Edit grammar spelling. Bananas help me out with depression. Try a banana peanut butter sandwich or all banana Nutella sandwich. Something with iron is also a good idea. Possibly try sauteed or boiled spinach. I'm sorry for your situation. What a heartbreaking question. Dude, I've been looking through your posts. Are you okay? You sound really rough. My dad passed 2 years ago. The house I grew up in fell in disrepair and mice infested it all. Mom hasn't been able to do anything for almost 4 years from hospital visits, the funeral and depression. Mice nested in the stove, but I cleaned it as best as I could 3 times and cooked her some smoked sausage, corn and mac and cheese. It meant a lot to her and made her weekend. Spaghetti with Italian bread. This is my kiddo. I'm a proud mama. We have been under a lot of stress as a family and my husband's manuscript is a struggle, as is my anxiety and hubby's disability and depression. Thank you all for the kind words and recipes. Even the apple egg love to all. Cheerios. Bacon and eggs. Delicious anytime. Like a lot of other people said, they'd love anything. Get a box of Kraft mac and cheese, and I bet they'd be happy with you. I'll give some easy bare bones ideas though. If you wanna actually take time to cook, I recommend looking up actual recipes though, if you wanna try these. Because I don't wanna make a visually overwhelming post with super intricate instructions, haha. Chicken parmesan. Boil a big pot of water. Bread and fried chicken breasts with Italian breadcrumbs. I buy mine from Target in a separate on. Pour your chosen spaghetti or marinara sauce on the bottom of a casserole dish. Put the fried chicken breasts in it. Top with a bit more sauce and sprinkle lots of mozzarella and or parmesan cheese. I like using moz more, as that's baking. You should cook some spaghetti noodles. Drain the noodles, and after the chicken is done, you serve the noodles. Spoon out some of the sauce from the dish on top of the noodles, and top with the super crispy chicken breast that has all this melty cheese on top. It's super good and very easy if you're new to cooking. Beef stew. If you have a crock pot, this is even easier than the last. Go out and buy some beef stew. Tips should be buy the other packaged meat, carrots, red potatoes, and other veggies you like. Onions maybe. I don't like mine with onions lol. Campbell's makes pre-made beef stew sauce in packets like this link, and it literally has the instructions on this packet. It's really easy. Throw the beef in. Top that with the veggies. And then pour this on top. 4H on high or 8H on slow. Potato soup. A vegetarian option if you or your family does not like meat. But this dish is super customizable where you can add in pretty much anything you want. Bacon, carrots, celery, onions, cheddar cheese, whatever you'd like. For the sake of being quick though, I'll just explain with only potatoes. Peel, dice to bite-sized chunks, and boil 5-7 golden potatoes. Put the potatoes in the water before you boil though, so they can start to cook as the water temp gets hotter. Once the potatoes feel soft enough by poking with a fork or even eating a bite, drain half of the water and add in your choice of milk. I grew up with regular 2%, but my boyfriend is vegan, so we use unsweetened almond milk. Add in instant mashed potato flakes slowly. I know this sounds bad, but it makes the broth soup part thicker and tastes better. Just add in a bit and stir it. Add in a bit more and stir it until you're happy with the consistency, so you don't end up with, well, mashed potatoes lol. I add in butter again. Your choice, and season with whatever I'm feeling that day. Usually salt and pepper, onion powder, celery salt, white pepper, and chives. My BF adds red pepper flakes and his vegan sour cream. These should all be pretty easy. Otherwise, dude, just go out and get a rotisserie chicken and some Bob Evans mashed potatoes, haha. They'll love the heck out of you. I think your parents raised you well, and if I had a kid like you, I'd feel so happy that they turned out so amazing and caring.